Good morning, students. How are you all? And I believe you are all fine. And some of them they participated that program, which is very nice. And anyway, in our last class, what we have seen? Can you remember? In our last class, we have seen that bar graph, right? So, how to draw the bar graph? Only few examples we have seen. Am I right? Okay. The thing is, before that, what we have studied, so that means before that bar graph, we have seen that pictograph, I think so, right? Pictograph, and then what is that? And before that pictograph, what we have seen that what's called predicting some information, right? From the given data, we are predicting some information. So these things so far I discussed, and I hope you understand. And anyway, today's class we are going to see that exercise 9.4, and based on that bar graph and what information we are going to find. So these are the things we are going to see today. So are you ready? And one more thing, see, you can draw this bar graph problems in the graph note itself. Okay, so take your graph note, and which are the sum. Here I taught that sum you can just copy in your graph note. So no problem. Anyway, last time if some of them they copied in your classwork note, no problem, not at all. Anyway, the bar graph problems you can write in the graph note. Okay, so shall we start for today's session? Okay, the first problem. What is that first problem? Here, what is that? Following table shows that the monthly expenditure of Imran's family of various items. Okay, so what is that in that thing? First one, house rent. Okay, house rent 3,000, and food 3,400, and education 800, and what's called electricity 400, transport 600, and then miscellaneous 1,200. So to represent this data in the form of a bar diagram, here are the steps. Okay, so we are going to that. We are going to represent the form of what is called in the what's called a bar graph. Okay, so how to represent this as a bar graph? So we are going to see that. And so first one, to represent this data in the form of a bar graph, here are the steps. First, you have to know that bar graph means what? It's a what's called rectangular shape, and equal space will be there. Okay, so first case in your book, what they gave, draw a two perpendicular lines, one is vertical and one is horizontal. Okay, so along with the horizontal line, mark the items, and the vertical line marks the corresponding expenditure. This means, what is that? You know that you studied that graph, right? Maybe, right? In the graph, x-axis and y-axis will be present. Okay, so the x-axis, what we have taken, so the x-axis we will take some quantity, and y-axis we are going to some other quantity. So what is the two relation between these two, that we are going to find. Okay, so first one, see here, so take bars of same width keeping uniform gap between them. Yes, while you are drawing the bar graph, the uniform space will be there, and suitable scale also you have to provide. Okay, so you have to give. Okay, For example, each one axis, one unit, what you are giving. Okay, x-axis for 1 unit, how much you given, and y-axis for some unit, how much you are given. So these are the things we are going to calculate. Okay, and calculate the heights of the bars of various items as shown below. So we are going to find that height of that each thing. First one, you have to know what's called house rent 3000 rupees, food 3400, education 800, electricity 400, transport 600, miscellaneous 1200. Okay, so I'm going to see what's called here. First, I have taken each one unit, I have taken 200, but you can take 100, what's called 400, whatever it is. But if you take one unit length is 200, the expenditure amount. So what is that, how much height it will become. Okay, so simply you have to divide which scale you have taken, either 200 or 100, which scale you have taken. So that one you have to divide it. So 3000 divided by 200 and 3400 divided by 200. So why we have to divide? We are going to find that how much height it will become. Okay, how much height it will become. So if the y-axis you have taken one unit is 200, so next unit 400, 300, 600. So likewise in 3000, in which height it will come means 15 units it will come. Okay, and 3400, if you divide it 200 means 17 units it will come. So 800. So each are the things, what scale, what minimum scale you have taken. If you divide it, that means you will get the height of that various items, that means height of the bar. See, look at this graph. See, first you have to take what you have taken. First x-axis, first you have to plot one what's called first you have to draw horizontal line, vertical line in your graph. Okay, and the next thing is first one house rent and give some space, and food and give some space, education, electricity, transport. Likewise you have to write here. The first, if you have seen the graph means the two lines intersecting, no, that line is called origin. Okay, so that origin, from that origin one scale, that means one unit I have taken 200. So 200, 400, 600. Likewise, so you have to just click that what's called house rent, how much will be there. So house rent will be 3000. So just mark that where the house rent and 3000 will be intersect, that you have to mark house rent. So equally here 0.5, here 0.5 you have to take, and you have to draw it. Okay, and food same way, you have to draw one rectangle. Okay, and then what is called education, what is that? For that how much unit they have given, 800. So this, like this way, so each and every items you have to find that expenditure amount. Okay, so okay, next one, same data can be represented by interchanging the position of items. Sir, we can take only the expenditure, or we can take only the x-axis only, sir, or we can take y-axis also, sir. So this kind of we can take. And see here, from the thing is actually here I have taken x-axis as the expenditure and y-axis as that items. Okay, so here x-axis expenditure amount. So expenditure amount, for same way you have taken 200, 400, 600. Likewise you have taken still that maximum amount. And in the y-axis you can take that what are the things, what is it, house rent how much, food how much, education how much, electricity how much, and transport how much, and miscellaneous how much. So if you plot that, for house rent how much, 3000 will come, and for food how much it will come. So same way, so while you are drawing the bar graph, the width and the length should not be changed. Okay, so you have to change, you should not change that width and that what's called length we can change because of that variation in that expenditure amount, but the width should be same. Okay, so you may take width should be what's called 1 centimeter we can take. Okay, the width should not change. If you notice this problem also, the width, the breadth it will not change, but that length based on that amount it will change. Okay, so next one, exercise 9.4. okay, exercise 9.4, what is that problem? The problem is actually a survey of 120 school students was done to find which activity they prefer to do in their free time. So preferred activity, number of students. First here in that one column they gave what are the different kinds of activity. and in the next column the number of students going to, that means participated already. So first one, playing. So while playing, what's called for playing 45 students are participated, and reading storybooks 30 students participated, watching TV 20 students participated, and listening to music, that means they are preferred 10, and painting they preferring 15, they are going to participate. This means they are preferring this one. Among this given data, draw a bar graph to illustrate the above data. Taking 1 unit length is 5 students. So 1 unit length is you have to take 5 students. So which activity is preferred by most of the students other than playing? Okay, so other than playing, which activity is preferred more? See, by seeing itself we can see, but anyway if we plot the bar graph and then we can visualize it easily. First one, that answer one, playing. For playing I have taken, see here, playing how much they given, 45. See, first step is, first you have to write a vertical line, draw vertical line and horizontal line in the graph. Mark it as X, horizontal line call it as X, vertical line call it as Y. In the X axis I have taken, see here, preferred activity. So preferred activity you can write in the X axis. Okay, preferred activity. Next, in the Y axis, that means in the vertical line, you can write number of students. So how many students going to prefer this among these activities? First one, playing. So in the X axis, first point you have to write playing. Next unit, just leave it at the next unit. Okay, just to give some gap. Okay, so first one unit playing, next unit just leave it, next one you can write reading storybooks, and then one gap, and then watching TV, and then one gap, 1 centimeter gap, and then listening music, and then 1 centimeter gap, and then painting. So likewise if you draw in the graph. Okay, and one more thing, here what is called y-axis, that number of students. So the number of students you have taken, 1 unit is 5 students. That means 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Likewise you have to just mark it. Okay, so reading storybooks is preferred by most of the students other than playing. So what is that question is, so reading storybooks is preferred. So that means other than playing, which activity preferred more means, if you see that height of the bar, so you can see it, what is called that 30 is the highest among that, right? Other than 45, which one is higher? That is called high. That means the height will be what's called somewhat maximum, right? So that's called 30. So 30 will be greater. So that means reading storybooks. So 30, if you look at the down, means reading storybooks. So reading storybooks is be preferred by the most of the students other than playing. Okay, so this kind of only we can do, you students. First you have to notice that x-axis, y-axis. X-axis if you count means each 1 centimeter one dark line given in your graph, each 1 centimeter, right? So first one you can just see that playing, and just next one you leave it, next one next activity, next one you just leave 1 centimeter, next one. So likewise if you drawn means the space will be, after drawn that bar graph, the space will not be changed. Okay, so that case we can draw this kind of bar graph. Okay, so the next one the number of mathematics book sold by shopkeeper on 6 consecutive days in shown below. So that means mathematics book sold by a shopkeeper. First one, days they given and number of books sold. First days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and the number of books sold 65, 40, 30, 50, 20 and 70. So draw a bar graph to represent the above information, choosing the scale of your choice. Just a minute. Yes. Okay. So first one, what is that? draw a bar graph to represent the above information. Choose the scale of your choice. Okay, see how to choose the scale, that is very very important. If you look at the numerical values, the numbers, for example 65, 40, 30, 50, 20, 70, which scale you have taken, that scale should be divided by a particular number. Okay, right? For example 40, 30, 50, 20, 70 and all, it can divide by 10, but 65 will not be divided by 10. So that means all the numbers and all which can divide by any one common number, that number you can pick. Okay, that number you can pick for your scale as a choice. See, you have to look at that. What is that? Here the thing is 65 will not be divided by 10, but other numbers and all divide by 10. So any other common number which can divide this number, can you find? So I can say that what's called 5. So 5 which can divide 65 also, 40 also, 30 also, 50 also, 20 also, 70 also. And the divisibility of 5, how to find the number 5 is divisible by means, if you look at that last digit, that digit is 0 or 5 which can divide by 5. See here, if you look at that first number, 5 is ending, and the other numbers and all, it will be ended with 0. So we